Hey guys, what's going on? Just wanted to bring you a video today to talk about the new Galactic Legends, and in particular, Galactic Legend Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Um, and as you'll probably know, you've probably seen footage on YouTube of the new Galactic Legend. Some of you might have seen Kylo's footage, and some of you might have seen Rey's footage. But I just wanted to walk you through Kylo's footage and my first thoughts on him and why I think people are sort of overreacting and give you a little bit of perspective on it. So let's just dive into this footage here. And I think this guy's deleted the older footage of Galactic Legend Kylo lead, so he's only got crew lead and Kylo Ren unmasked. But we'll just let this run through for you here. Obviously, big shout out to this guy for getting the footage out there so early. But I just wanted to pick apart a few things with this video, and why he sort of seems to be so underwhelming against Gas. Obviously, the first thing to note is that he does seem a bit underwhelming. Like Rey does seem like the better character, which I think most people were sort of expecting anyway. I think a lot of people aren't happy with his damage. It just seems like he seems to be a lot less. It's sort of hard. He has like less utility than Rey. But I'm going to break that down. I'm going to put a couple of reasons like why I think he's not quite performing as well as people might have expected. And the number one reason for me is his mods. And we talked about it in the past. Obviously, mods are massively important. And I think specifically for Kylo anyway, good mods and the correct mods are going to be super important. And making sure that he's optimized. So I'm just going to pull up this guy's mods here because I've got them open on SWGOH. And here we can see we've got this guy's mod. So he's got a speed set on there, and a few health primaries. Nothing really crazy. So just going through his stats, he's got 150,000 health, and 48,000 protection, 121 plus speed. So the main thing that sticks out here for me is the physical offense, which is a big problem. I think this needs to be bumped up a lot. I'd be running an offense set on this guy 1000% with the crit damage triangle. This offense could be easily bumped up over 10 to 11k, easily. And with a few more relic levels, it could go even further than that. So that's the first thing to note. This guy needs to be hitting hard. He's an offensive character. If you look at his abilities, he's all about damage. He's already one of the fastest characters in the game, tied with Rey. So he doesn't need extra speed. He's going to have it anyway. He's always going to go first. Make this guy as offensive as possible. So that's my first sort of gripe. Secondly, his relic. He's only relic 4. And usually I would say that this doesn't make much of a difference. But if we look at his kit, if we can find it. There we go. So if you look at his kit, and we go down to here, to his unique. So we've got this unit takes reduced damage from set level damage effects, blah, blah, blah. But this one here is why I think his relic's so important. This unit has plus 10% max health and max protection per relic amplifier. And damage they receive is decreased by 30%. So at relic 7, we can assume that he's going to have an extra 30% max health and 30% max protection. I don't know if the damage received decreased by 30 is that per relic amplifier. I would assume so. So let's assume that he's taking an additional 90% less at relic 7. Now if we compare that to the other footage we've seen of Rey, who looks to be a lot better, she is relic 7. So that's something really important to note. I think this can make a big difference for Kylo going forward, to have the extra mods, the extra relics. I think these characters are a lot different to other characters in the fact that Gas is very usable at relic 4. Darth Revan will be very usable at relic 4. I think Kylo's going to need to be at relic 7 to take full advantage of this kit that he's got. Okay, and the final thing I wanted to go over, the final two things, are Supreme Leader Kylo's ultimate. So as you all know, he did not have his ultimate unlocked in that video. And I want to just explain why I think this is going to be so important. So if we take a look on screen, we can see that his ultimate ability requires at least 60% charge to activate, and he gains 2% ultimate charge whenever a dark side ally deals physical or special damage to an enemy, increased to 5% on a critical hit. So I think what we're seeing here is that he's going to get to his ultimate pretty quickly. So let's assume 5%. Most times he's going to be critted most of the time. His allies are probably going to be critted most of the time. Every time they deal physical damage to an enemy, so assuming an AoE does 25% of his ultimate charge. So if you've got Kylo Ren, the OG Kylo Ren on the team, his AoEs are going to help. Sith Trooper AoEs and Kylo's AoE. So essentially we could get to his ultimate within sort of 5 to 6 turns, maybe even less. At least the first stack of it is 60%, and he's going to dispel all debuffs on himself, enter an aggressive stance, deal physical damage to all enemies, and he's immune to damage and can't be defeated. So I think what's the most important here is, yes, his damage is going to go up, and he's going to become a lot more deadly. So if we think the sort of numbers we were seeing on the screen, around sort of 50k AoEs off the start of the battle, I think that could be easily up to sort of 70, 80k with the correct offense mods. This guy's going to be hitting around 150k plus easily whilst in his ultimate charge. So he's going to be putting out a lot of damage. Now the issue you saw in those videos with him fighting Gas is that Gas is just countering for too much and he hasn't really got a way to protect himself. Now he's immune to damage here, so that's gonna solve that problem. And obviously if you've got this ultimate charge going for more than one turn, then he can't die. He's gonna keep coming at you. And I think this is super, super key to Kylo Ren. And I'd be surprised if he's meant to be used without it. I think Rey can function without it. She has more utility in her kit, but I think this guy desperately needs this. So just look at one more video of the Kylo Ren lead. And then the final thing that I want to talk about was other dark side characters that he can be used with. So if you do look at his kit again, it's not really limited at all to First Order. Now I don't think it's going to make the biggest difference who he's used with, just purely because he's sort of a one-man army. So you're just going to want to put him with tanks and the likes. So I wouldn't worry about that too much at the moment. But I'll just let this footage run out for you guys. And yeah, hopefully we'll get some more footage soon of sort of Kylo's with better mods when he's got his ultimate Relic 7, and then I think we can make a full judgment on the situation. So don't worry or panic until then, guys, because I'm in the same boat as you. I'm going for Kylo. So hopefully he gets a lot better. All right, thanks, guys.